Hello folks, Pastor Rocky Branch. Hope you're doing great today. Well, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I hope that you remembered God's blessings and thought about all that God has done. The many times that He's reached further down many times than we could reach up. And God's goodness is everlasting. Well, today, of course, is our first step toward Christmas. And before you know it, that'll be over with. In fact, in 30 days, it will be over with. And as we prepare and as we get all the things going on that so many people are doing, let us not forget to remember that Thanksgiving is not a day. Thanksgiving is an event. It's something that we do all the time. In fact, I said yesterday, it's something that we are. We are Thanksgiving as we're recognizing God and His abundant mercy and His great grace. And of course, we did say yesterday that there's people this year that are celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas without a loved one that they had last year. And that's always a sad time. So please remember these folks. 2 Chronicles chapter 1, Solomon is reestablishing the Ark of the Covenant. He has become king. God has blessed him. And he is setting up the Ark of the Covenant. He offers 1,000 burnt offerings to the Lord. And that night in the first chapter, he goes to bed. And God visits him in a dream and speaks to his heart and says to Solomon, "Ask me what you will." And Solomon said, "Lord, you've been good to my father. You have established me," which means you have made. In the Old Testament it says made, but it means fixed or established my kingdom. And Lord, you've been so good to me. I really don't want anything at all except wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge. Two things vitally important for your life and mine. Wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom, of course, is to understand the situation that I'm dealing with. And that's to be aware of it. That's the wisdom to say, okay, I'm in this situation. This situation is going to dictate certain things. Wisdom is just to understand where you are. Now, that's a very challenging thing and something very important. The wisdom to know the situation. Because many people come in with false reasons and false causes. So I need to know, I need to have the wisdom to know exactly what this situation is and exactly what the pretenses are of the people I'm dealing with or the situation I'm dealing with, so I can use the right judgment in dealing with it. So Solomon asked for wisdom. He said, Lord, when the situations come, I want to know what they are. I don't want to be masked or hidden. I don't want to be fooled. I want wisdom. Lord, I want your wisdom, that you might help me to discern, because it may look different than it is. People may have different motives than they do. And I need the wisdom to understand the situation I'm in. And then he uses the word knowledge. Now, knowledge in this passage in 2 Chronicles, the word means discernment, fairness, and righteousness. That's what the word knowledge means in this 2 Chronicles text in the first chapter. When Solomon asked for wisdom, he said, I need to know my situation. I need to know what's coming at me. I need to know when things are brought to me. I need to know the earnestness of that. And then I need knowledge. I need discernment. I need fairness. I need these things in my life, because that discernment and that fairness will create righteousness. And listen, even though maybe the answer is not what people want, what you and I need to have is the wisdom of the situation, and then the knowledge, which is to discern, to be fair, and to bear righteousness. That's what God intends us to do. Now, track with me here for a second. Solomon said, I don't need anything. You've blessed me more than I could be blessed. You've blessed my daddy. You watched over our family. All I need to know, Lord, all I would like to know is what's in front of me. I'd like to know it for what it is. And then when I know what it is, I want to discern it the right way, and I want to be fair about it, because I want to produce righteousness. Well, this impressed God to the degree that God said, you know, Solomon, I'm going to give you those things. More than any man's ever lived, I'm going to give you those things. But I'm also going to give you riches and wealth like the world's never seen. Solomon wasn't interested in that, but that's what he got. Now, most people today, that's what they want. They want riches, and they want prestige, and they want positions, and they want all those things. Solomon said, I don't need that. You say, well, Solomon had it anyway. Well, in a degree he did, but God said to Solomon, ask me what you will, and I'll give it to you. And Solomon said, well, I don't need anything other than I need to know my situation when I get in it, and I need to know how to deal with it. I want to discern the right thing. I want to be fair about it. I want to produce righteousness with it. And today in your life and my life, we need more than we need money, more than we need things. We need that wisdom to know the situation we're in and to know it for what it is. And then we need to know how to deal with it. We need to have the discernment necessary, the fairness, and the righteousness, as this word knowledge bears out, that God could speak to us in these situations. And why? Why is all that necessary? Why didn't Solomon say, hey, just give it all to me, I get all I can, count all I get? You know, we can't find people to serve in the church anymore. I mean, it's a crazy thing. I mean, the volunteer rate is down because people always wanting something for their service. And it's disturbing to me that we can't find anybody that'll work for the Lord unless we compensate them for something. It's the old church, the old days are gone, and we miss that part so bad. And Solomon said, you know, what I need to know is I need to know how to deal with people, because listen to this, catch this. The people that Solomon dealt with, the people you deal with, they go out and deal with other people. They go out and deal with people that you won't see. And you as an example, the way you set that example to them is the way they're going to set their example to others. See, King Solomon was in authority, and when he had to deal with situations, he set an example. Well, the people that he dealt with, they left setting an example also. So you and I today are in the position to where, you know, the Lord may say, well, what do you want? And you say, well, I want my house paid off, I want my cars paid off, I want more money. It won't help. I promise you it won't help. It won't. I know you hear that all the time, but you say, well, it'll help a while. Well, it makes misery more comfortable, I'll grant you that. But the true nature of a person wanting to do the will of God desires to know their situation with the wisdom of God and the knowledge of God, to be able to discern, to be fair, and to be righteous in what they do. And I'm going to tell you this. If you will make a commitment to God from right now, the 28th day of November, right now, until the end of the year, and say, God, every day I want to pray for wisdom and knowledge in this facet that Solomon is talking about and God is talking to him about, your life will change. Your life will change. If you are earnest before God, God will change your life dramatically. You'll be impressed, incredibly impressed what God will do. Well, if you do this, God will bless you for it. God bless you. We love you. And goodbye.